about a life of a believer. A believer is a person that is constantly in touch with God. Is a person in the presence of God. Is a person that is as alive as God is alive. Life does not end in this person, because God is life. God does not die. He lives forever and ever. And once he has created somebody, as he said he was going to create man in his own image. This Adam that is created was meant to live as forever as he also lives. So there is no issue of life disappearing, life getting lost in a man of God, in a woman of God. Man, woman of God is there to live. And we are going to read from the Bible. There is a man known by the name Elisha. He was an Israelite, born in Israel, a servant of God, and he served God from the time he was called, the same way that I've been called to serve. Elisha lived and he did a lot of miracles, he did a lot of things, healing people, even bring down rain, and we shall look into his life. I will read the book of 2 Kings chapter 13 from verse 20. We are going to read about Elisha, the last days of his life. I will read from chapter 13, 2 Kings, verse 20. Elisha died and was buried. We know very well once a person dies, he has to be buried. Every year, bands of Moabites used to invade the land of Israel. Once, during a funeral, one of those bands was seen, and the people threw the corpse into Elisha's tomb and ran off. As soon as the body came into contact with Elisha's bones, the man came back to life and stood up. This is very interesting. That Elisha, who had died and buried, and the flesh, of course, got rotten, worn off, and it was just a skeleton of bones in the grave. But the graves of those days, they were not completely covered. You would pass around and see the bones of this relative who died. So during the funerals in Israel, there were some people, we are told bands, Moabite bands. These are just groups like Mungiki, like Musumbiki. They would come and they terrorize these people, raid these people, and they would run away. In the process of running away, they took the body of the dead person, threw it down there in the grave of Elisha, and this man came back to life. Meaning that a servant of God, or anyone who serves God, or anyone who chooses to walk in the ways of God, he does not die. You may see the bones, yes. You may see the dead body. But Elisha was alive, even though they were bones, but there was something inside this person that could revive another dead person. And that's enough evidence to prove that even the people that have left us or departed, wherever they are lying, they are not dead. Yes, there are bones there, but they are alive, so long as this was a servant of God. So it is very important that as much as you are living in this world, make a relationship to associate with God. Change. Live with God. Accept God. Live according to His will. Live according to His law. Live according to how He wants you to live. He does not want us to die. And there is no even death for a person that believes to God. No, there is no death. Because we can say, Elisha, yes, he's there in the grave. The bones are there. But a dead person is brought, once he gets into contact with this man, he was coming to life. And I think that is why there are people, Christians, who wherever they want to greet one another, they impress one another. That is shoulder to shoulder. And by so doing, that righteousness, that presence of God in you is possible to impart into another person. who doesn't have the word of God, who does not know God, who has got relationship with God. So it is important that we come back to God and we shall live forever. We shall live forever. May God bless you. Thank you.